we are discussing about the nature of the graph of quadratic expressions. We have discussed for the discriminant less than 0 and discriminant greater than 0 when coefficient of x square is what? Positive. Now third case is what? Third case is let fx is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. A is positive and d is equal to 0. D is equal to 0 means discriminant is 0. If discriminant is 0, then this expression can be written as what? X a into x minus alpha whole square, where alpha is what? Where alpha is root of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Third case, this type of thing can happen. Now in this case, if a is positive and discriminant is equal to 0, then graph of the expression will be like this one, and this point represent what? This point will be alpha comma minus d by 4a. Obviously alpha will be what? Minus b by twice a. This will be what? Minus b by twice a, where alpha is equal to minus b by twice a. In this case we know that a times x minus alpha whole square will be always greater than or equal to 0 for x belongs to all real number, a positive and discriminant equal to 0. This will happen. We can take any example. Let's say fx is equal to, example, fx is equal to what? X square minus 2x plus 1. If you check here, a is what? 1, b is equal to minus 2 and c is equal to 1. So discriminant is equal to what? B square minus 4ac, and calculate it. B square minus 4ac is what? Minus 2 square minus 4 into 1, that means 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. So this expression can be written as 1 into x minus 1 whole square. This type of expression. Its graph will be which type? If you take different values of x and find out the different values of corresponding values of y, the graph will be like this one. This point will be what? This point will be 1, 0. And graph will be like this one. So this expression is what? This expression is x minus 1 whole square. This will be always greater than 0 for all x as a is positive and d is equal to 0. So the three cases we have discussed, we can conclude that one thing we can conclude: if fx is equal to, conclusion is what? If fx is equal to ax square plus bx plus c and a is positive, d is less than or equal to 0, then ax square plus bx plus c will be always less than or equal to 0 for all x. This is the sign of for all. So this will represent, this will be the inequality. If discriminant is what? Less than or equal to 0 and a is positive, then this inequality will be always what? Less than or equal to, sorry, This is what A is what A is positive, and discriminant is what we are taking. Discriminant is yes less than or equal to 0. So here it will be what greater than or equal to 0, not less than or equal to 0. So main thing is this one we have discussed. If expression is positive, then D will be what less than 0, already discussed. If discriminant of this one is 0, then expression is of type this one x minus alpha whole square, it will be greater than or equal to 0. So in summary, this inequality will always valid. If A is positive, discriminant is what less than or equal to 0, then ax square plus bx plus c will be always greater than or equal to 0 for all x. Similarly, for negative, if A is negative, case second, if A is negative, fx is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, and discriminant is less than 0. If discriminant is less than 0, A less than 0, D less than 0, then this expression will be ax square plus bx plus c will be always less than 0 for all x. We can take example. Let's say fx is equal to minus of x square plus 1. In the same way, if you take different values of x and y and draw this graph, the graph of this one will be what? Graph of this one will be like this one. This is 0, minus 1. Its vertex will be 0, minus 1. And in this case, highest value is what? Minus 1. And lowest value is what? Minus infinity. For this case, you can see here the quadratic expression is what? Always less than 0 for all x. If discriminant is less than 0, A less than 0. This is the case here. In general, if you draw this type, if A less than 0 and D equal to 0, fx is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, then this can be written as A times x minus b by twice a x minus alpha whole square. This expression can be written as like this one, x minus alpha whole square type. Alpha will be what? Vertex of the parabola. In this case, you will get graph of this one will be like this one. The graph will touch the x-axis, and in this case, A times x minus alpha whole square will be always less than 0, less than or equal to 0 for all x. Now, in conclusion, if A is less than 0 and D is less than or equal to 0, then this will be always less than or equal to 0. This is the conclusion. If next one is, if A is less than 0 and D is what? Positive, then fx is equal to A times x square plus bx plus c. Graph of this one will be like this one, This will be alpha and this will be beta. This coordinate will be always minus d by twice a, minus d by 4a. In this case, you can see here f of, if x lies between alpha to beta, then fx will be what? Positive. That means ax square plus bx plus c will be always positive. In this case, see here, if you take x here, in between this to this, if you take x in between this interval, then value of fx is what? Positive. See here, above the x, the graph is above the x-axis. And if x is less than alpha or x is greater than theta, then fx will be always less than 0. That means ax square plus bx plus c will be always less than 0. See here, if you take x this side, then graph is what? Below the x-axis. So value of fx or y will be negative. If you take this side, value of fx is always negative. So if, in this case, if discriminant is what? If discriminant is less than, if discriminant is positive, this is what? For a less than 0 and t positive. For this case, and x lies in this interval, then fx will be always less than 0. Then that means this quadratic expression will be always less than 0. So two things are very important. First one is what? Ax square plus bx plus c. If ax square plus bx plus c is greater than or equal to 0 for all x, then a will be positive and discriminant will be less than or equal to 0. Second one is, if a is less than 0 and d is, if ax square plus bx plus c less than or equal to 0 for all x, then a will be less than 0 and d will be less than or equal to 0. These two inequality are very important in case of graph of quadratic expressions. Now, after that, we can see one more thing here. If you draw the graph of a times fx, if we draw graph of a times fx versus x, then graph will be always upward parabola. You can see here, if fx example fx is equal to, let's say, x square plus 1 and fx is equal to, let's say, minus x square minus 1. Here a is what? Here a is equal to 1 and here a is equal to minus 1. So a times fx will be how much? 1 into x square plus 1. This will be x square plus 1. So this coefficient of x square here is positive. So graph will be what? Upward parabola. Now here, if you draw the graph of a times fx, then a will be what? Minus 1 and expression is what? Minus x square minus 1. So it is coming what? X square plus 1. So this a times fx here also has coefficient of x square is positive. So graph will be always upward parabola. That means whether parabola is downward or upward, if you multiply fx with a times and draw the graph, then graph will be always upward parabola. If you don't multiply fx with a, then you will need to draw two sets. For a positive, you have to draw the graph and if a is negative, in that case, other case, you have to draw the graph. So you have to draw both. In both cases there will be different graphs, but if you multiply fx with coefficient of a, coefficient of x square, that means graph of fx, a times fx, then graph will be always upward parabola. So only one set you have to consider. Now let's do some questions here. If I give you the question, if x square plus a times x plus 3 plus 4a is always greater than 0 for all x, find a. See here, I told you inequality which type. If ax square plus bx plus c is always greater than 0 for all x. If it is true for all x, then what will be your answer? A must be greater than 0 and discriminant must be less than 0. If it is greater than or equal to, then here you have to apply less than or equal to. So here it is given positive. So a is all, coefficient of x square is what? 1, that is positive already. So discriminant must be what? Less than 0. So discriminant will be what? A square, a is b square minus 4ac, minus 4 into a is what? 1 into c is what? 3 plus 4a. So this must be what? Less than 0. So it will be a square minus 16a minus 12 less than 0. Now factorize this one. So it can be written as a minus 8 whole square minus 8 square minus 12 less than 0. This can be factorized. This can be written as what? Like this one. A square minus 2 into 8 into a plus 8 square minus 8 square minus 12 less than 0. Now this can be written as what? A minus 8 whole square, and this will be minus 64 minus 12 less than 0. 64 and 12 will be what? 76. So this is a minus 8 whole square minus 76 less than 0. So this is equal to a minus 8 whole square minus root of 76 whole square less than 0. Now factorize this one. So in one bracket it will be root of 76. In other bracket it will be 8 minus 8 plus root of 76 less than 0. So what will be answer? Alpha will be what? Alpha will be 8 minus root 76 and beta will be what? 8 plus root 76, and it is less than 0. So your answer will be what? 8 plus root 76, and here it will be 8 minus root 76. So this is the answer. Now next question we can take like this one. Next question is, if mx square plus 3x plus 4 divided by x square plus 2x plus 2 is less than 0 for all x, then find m. How will you solve this one? So here, check here, mx square plus 3x plus 4 divided by, this can be written as what? X plus 1 whole square plus 1. This expression denominator can be written as this one. This is less than 5. See here, this denominator is always positive because this expression will not give negative value. and this is plus 1, so it will be always positive. So any positive number can be multiplied to other side without changing the inequality. So it can be written as mx square plus 3x plus 4 is less than 5 times or 5 times this one. So that means this expression x square plus 2x plus 2. Now multiply this one. So it is mx square plus 3x plus 4 is less than 5x square plus 10x plus 10. So this is equal to mx square plus x. This will be what? Minus 7x minus 6 less than 0. Here it will be, this is what? Here it will be m minus 5. Take this expression this side, it will be m minus 5 into x square plus minus 7x minus 6 less than 0. And this is given true for all x. So according to our quadratic inequality, ax square plus bx plus c less than 0, if it is less than 0 for all x, then a must be less than 0 and d will be less than 0 always. So here you have to apply what? M minus 5 will be less than 0 and discriminant d will be less than 0. Discriminant will be what? D less than 0, that means b square minus 4ac less than 0. b is what? Minus 7 whole square minus 4 into m minus 5. a is what? M minus 5 and here c is what? Minus 6, it is less than 0. So it will be how much? 49 minus 49 plus 24 into m minus 5 less than 0. So this can be written as what? M minus 5 is less than minus 49 divided by 24. So m will be what? M will be less than 5 minus 49 divided by 24. To solve it and take intersection with this one. M is less than 5 intersection with this value. Now simplify this one. So it will be how much? M less than 120 minus 49 divided by 24. So it will be how much? It will be M is less than 120 and 49. This will be 1. This will be 7. So it will be 71 by 24. Now take intersection between these two. M less than 5 intersection m less than 75 by 24. Take intersection between these two. So what will be your answer? 5 will be here and it will be 71 by 24 will be here. So this side this inequality and this side this inequality. So intersection is this one. So m will be less than 71 by 24. So this is the answer for this one. Now next we will discuss in next question we will discuss in next class.